Hey there, you, me, and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the stepson of Krypton.
Mantis.
That guy. Yep, over there. And today we are talking again about James Gunn, but this time about him being all by himself. Now, I know that's a little deceiving in the title there. We're going to get into it as soon as we come back from a word from our sponsors.
Are you tired of normal vodka? Do you crave a beverage that tastes like regret? Then prepare your soul for Devil's Taint. Distilled from the tears of fallen angels and filtered through a jockstrap left in a volcano, Devil's Taint is guaranteed to make you question every life choice you've ever made.
Ugh. That tastes like hot wings with some existential dread. I think I see my 2007 tax returns.
Devil's Taint. It's so hot it'll make you spontaneously combust. With flavor.
Worth it.
Devil's Taint Vodka. The only vodka that comes with a complimentary therapy session. And a fire extinguisher. Devil's Taint is not responsible for spontaneous combustion, demonic possession, or bad karaoke performances. May cause irreversible damage to liver and kidneys.
Okay, guys. So when we say James Gunn and being all by himself, we are, and as you know, we like to not bring you fake news. We are going to preface this in the beginning. We are talking about rumors that is swirling around the DCU. Now, a lot of it did come from several articles discussing that basically they're saying Warner Brothers' fate rests in James Gunn and Superman's hands and how this movie does. Mantis, do you want to kind of go into that a little bit when we say that James Gunn is all by himself?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah, and those, like you mentioned, those rumors. Again, this is nothing new as far as quote unquote, or I'd say it's not really quotes because I didn't. No one actually said this, but it's been in several articles that we talked about where from the beginning of this Superman is going to make or break the DCU, right? We can't if it fumbles, it's going to be really difficult for them to continue on and for the subsequent films and even the way they designed this or wrote the next 6 years. They want this to be a plan. It's really hard to make that a success if this first film kind of dies. So nothing new from a Yumi and DC perspective. However, again, these rumors that the DCU co-head Peter Safran may exit the DCU amid a possible promotion within the company as the current Warner Brothers film heads Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. Gosh, why can't we just have normal people names? We'll call her Pam Abdi because that's what it kind of looks like. They're rumored to be on the chopping block. So I don't know. I didn't do my research in what films Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi have made that have been so bad that they're going to be on the chopping block. It also could just be maybe they were brought on and were brought in to do maybe films down the road, and they're kind of getting that started, and they just decided that they can't afford that right now, so they're just going to axe them now. And getting Peter Safran out of the DCU portion for Warner Brothers is going to kind of save them some money because they didn't want to take James Gunn out. Obviously, they can't. If they did that, they would be. You talk about a total disaster. It would be mind-blowingly disaster. But the thing is, if this is all rumors now, you can be assured that what is occurring now, these rumors, is not shouldn't affect anything with the Superman movie. Because again, that has already been filmed. They're in editing, or they should be hopefully close to wrapping that up. We're getting really down to the post-production finish line here because we've only maybe 4 months away from the release of the movie. So you could look at it as rats leaving a sinking ship before it even leaves the port. There's a lot of people. This is a red flag that, hey, they haven't even launched the movie yet, and there's already people getting fired and leaving the DCU. So, yeah, I don't know. It could be very bad. What do you think, Cal?
Well, so I wonder again. I don't know uh DeLuca and whatever her name is there. I'm worse than him at pronouncing him. I'm not gonna.
Are you saying Pan or Pam?
It's like calm. No, there's a D at the end.
With an
There's a
M.
D on the end.
There's no D. It's Pam.
It's like calm.
Here, it's
Except
P.
P-A-N-M.
M.
N-N.
Pam.
Two M's.
M.
That's us trying to pronounce it right, but we're not kidding.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it goes. I don't know. Like, I don't know as far as what their positions are and their exit is, if it has to do with the Superman things or the other films on the Warner Brothers slate that maybe haven't gone over so well. Because Warner Brothers, especially when we look at, say, like Joker 2 and several of their other movies, haven't done really well,
Mhm.
kind of like with the MCU or with Disney Studios, let's just say, right? So is it that, okay, well, your DC stuff is the only thing, kind of your only glimmer of hope, right? It's your only revenue source. You're basing a lot of what's going to happen in Warner Brothers off of what happens in the DCU, and these people have kind of been dropping the ball on the non-DCU side. So it's like, hey, let James Gunn be the head of DCU and the DC, and maybe Peter Safran comes over and you start getting the rest of Warner Brothers back on track. And really, it's because if you think about it, with Disney buying up almost everybody else, those are kind of really the two only main ones you have, is Warner Brothers and Disney. Because even MGM, they filed bankruptcy a while back ago.
Yeah,
We lost one
we
of
were
our favorite
talking about
shows,
that.
Stargate Atlantis, and
Yeah.
even Stargate Universe.
Mhm.
Hence what back there. And
Yeah.
all that. So we, like even MGM, like I said, Fox is already gone. So I don't know. Again, I don't know these people as far as to the extent of their resumes. Now I know good old Abdi there, or whatever the fuck her name is. Does not have a long producer career, and I think actress wise, she's only been in like 3 things. So I don't know how she rose to where she's at now. Don't really care. They're looking to get
True.
rid of them. My biggest concern, my biggest takeaway from several of those articles we were discussing was the fact that they're like, is if this movie doesn't do well and the DCU isn't well received, is Warner Brothers heading the same direction Fox is, right? I don't want to see
Mhm.
Warner Brothers and my DC characters bought up by Disney, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh God, no. God, no. No,
and
no,
then at
no.
what point?
I will get my picket sign out, and I'll be. Actually, it's funny. I saw this on Twitter, or was it YouTube short or something? There was some guy in a Wile E. Coyote outfit with a picket sign out of WB Studios in Hollywood picketing. I don't know if you saw that, but I thought it was it was funny. He was,
I,
I think it said like better wages for Wiley, or I can't remember what it said, but it was some dude in a Wile E. Coyote outfit out there picketing. We'll picket. We will not support Disney taking over any of these characters.
no, like you have a lot to do to prove to me that you can handle Marvel again, right? Because you were doing really well there. Now, I mean, you had a few missteps, like Thor, The Dark World, all that stuff wasn't great, but that's fine. I'll give you a misstep here and there, right? But now it's a consistent, just downward spiral into the ground. Lost both engines, and you're just going down, man.
We're on express elevator to hell, going down.
It's like Martha's polishing brass on the Titanic. It's all going down. So fuck off with your sofa units and your string truck. It's like,
Fuck Martha Stewart. Martha's polishing the brass on the Titanic. It's all going down, man. So fuck off with your sofa units and string green stripe patterns.
that's where it is. So like, I don't want to see what you're gonna do with DC Plus. I don't like the idea of one studio controlling both, right?
No.
And then
I don't think that would
you have a
happen.
monopoly. You have a monopoly.
Yeah.
Mr. Winston, can you reasonably deny that you have a monopoly in this area?
Well, the only monopoly we have at Nerve, Congressman, is a monopoly on excellence.
You own everything now. Like, unless you come up with indie films, and I don't want to. I just noticed actually the Superman sitting in the background there on your screen. Superman.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
3D printer. Just got a 3D printer a little while ago. So,
but
no. Some other things I read in this article too. It mentioned that Gunn has made it clear that Safran is handling the business side of their co-chair of the DCU, while Gunn is doing the creative. So it would seem likely that it mentions that a new executive would join if that ends up happening, if he gets promoted in Warner Brothers, which God knows they probably need the business, somebody up there that knows what the hell they're doing with business side and can dictate some of this stuff. Um, and another thing that I saw too here was the article, comments on Superman. The comments on Superman the movie are pretty interesting. About David Zaslav demanding James Gunn reboot the DCU using cheaper talent, which we had previously discussed that's an option, something that they may have had
Mantis has
happen.
been really
And
passionate about bringing that out. That we've done several videos where he's mentioned that you're paying these actors the bulk of your movie budget, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And then it says, from what I told, the original plan under DeLuca was to continue with a much more expensive DCEU. So you had David Zaslav and then DeLuca. Those type of viewpoints aren't going to mesh at all. The Puck News article also highlighted how DeLuca had a tendency to overspend, while Zaslav was portrayed as a penny pincher focused on cutting costs. Especially when it comes to marketing. Now, the marketing stuff, here's the thing where I would disagree with. I like this is the type of stuff where I don't like. How much do you need to actually spend to market this movie? Like, I really don't think you need to spend a lot.
Well,
Just
and
my opinion.
that's what I got. Like the Justice League and even Batman v Superman heavily. They spent so much money on marketing, and we had touched base on this with Captain America 4, right? When it came down to its overall budget, like as of right now in theaters, it still technically hasn't made back its money. If you add the base production cost, the actual what it costs to produce the movie, but when you add the marketing and everything else, that's where I know if you look it up right now, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, it only costs X amount." Well, that didn't include marketing and everything else, and that's what really hurt Batman v Superman was they put so much. It was like hundreds of millions and a couple hundred million into marketing. Hell, there was a Jeep.
Yeah.
There was the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Jeep that was the one that Bruce Wayne drives at the very beginning when he's like trying to drive around to save people. They had their own Jeep edition, right? They spent so much money on that. And that's where, we had gotten, well, at least I had gotten a little frustrated with people that complain and say they want the Snyderverse back. Because not that many people went and saw it because it didn't even break $1 billion in the box office. So a lot of you are to blame that didn't go see it and help it make the money and maybe keep the fucking thing alive. We're not going to get off on that because I'll get heated. It's already been a bad day. But, that's a big thing, right? And the stupidest thing is I think we're in such an age of social media that do you really need to spend that many millions upon millions and tens and $100 million on marketing?
I don't
Post
believe
some shit to
so.
X. Everybody else will do it for you.
Yeah. I mean, the social media influence. I mean, all you got to do is, because this happens in video games all the time. You see this on Twitch. You see it on YouTube, where you find people that are very popular in the niche space area. For instance, because I'm a gamer. We're both gamers. You could, if I'm a game developer, and this kind of translates, I think, a little bit, maybe not so much on YouTube, but it definitely could translate into the social media market, where if I'm having a game and it's coming out, instead of spending money on TV ads, I throw a couple grand at this YouTuber and be like, "Hey, what's your average view count per day?" And they're telling me, average views on a video I get is in between 500,000 and 750,000. Like,
What in your watch time?
you're telling me? Yeah, or watch time, whatever. It's like, holy moly! Like, if I give this dude, let's just say 5K, and he's gonna like play the game for the early edition of the game for an hour, like that's ridiculous amounts of marketing for, I won't say free, but like for $5,000. Are you kidding me? Like, you do that to a couple of YouTubers or Twitch streamers or whatever, you could easily save a bunch of money in marketing that way, because that stuff, people don't watch TV ads anymore. And if they do, they're paying YouTube premium, so they don't have to. So, I mean, like, all your ads are not getting seen anyway. So billboards don't work anymore. That's antiquated stuff. You have to move with the times, and people are putting eyeballs on YouTube, and they're putting eyeballs on streaming services or like Twitch. What's the other one? Kick and what's the Rumble? Is that the other like YouTube
Rumble's the
alternative?
other alternative YouTube. Kick is more like for
Yeah,
the
this
younger
gaming. Yeah,
no, more of the little kids looking to try to hook up. It's like a fucking pre-18 Tinder without the actual hooking up. It's just
I thought they did a lot of like gambling on that side. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My point was this whole thing about Zaslav trying to save money, where he's wanting to use cheaper or newer actors to cut down on costs on that. He's button heads with DeLuca because DeLuca's wanting to spend a bunch of money, right? There was these rumors also, not rumors, but it was mentioned in the Puck News article, that Zaslav was always intended to sell Warner Brothers Discovery. So it makes sense. That's why he's trying to cut costs to make it look more attractive. You don't want to buy a bloated company that's spending all this money, and then you come in there and try and cut it and it blows up. Let the current people do that. And if it blows up, well, then you didn't spend all your money.
I don't want Disney buying Warner Brothers Discovery. Like, I don't
I'm
want
with
them
you.
buying it. And who else is gonna fucking buy it unless Elon? We need you. Buy Warner Brothers Discovery.
Somebody
hope he's a DC fan.
Yeah, that's what
I'll
happened with
message him on
Fox,
X.
right?
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. It's scary. Because I do not want Disney owning any of these characters. They will mess it up. They'll just mess it up. They will. They can't help but mess it up.
Yeah.
So
nope, I don't want that. Don't want that. So guys, when the Superman movie comes out, you got to go see it. Let's support it. I don't care if you think that the suit is the Great Value brand suit, okay, and all the other hate that it's gotten. Go see the movie. Let's pump the numbers up, and let's keep Disney from buying it, okay? Like they'll make money off of this DCU. They just got to weather the storm, okay? And
you may hate James Gunn. You may hate James Gunn, but I hope you hate Disney more. That's the way I look at it. So
the lesser of two evils. Right?
Exactly.
All for our beloved Superman character. We got to do justice to Soups. Okay, we gotta and again, and this is kind of the whole thing. Like we talked about literally in the last video we did. I don't know that like things are going to survive another reboot if this isn't successful. Right? It's probably going to get sold, and whoever buys it's going to be like, dude, we need to put a hold on all of these superhero movies because between superhero fatigue and not being able to put out a damn good Superman movie, we know damn well you can't do a game.
No,
you've done well actually.
Baby
though
steps.
I will say you've done really well on TV shows with Superman, surprisingly. But at some point you just put a pause, man. And I don't want to see that with Superman. I got too many things that I want to see before I'm too senile to appreciate them on the big screen, man. Can't do another reboot, so won't do it. I won't be here for it. I'll just be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll just watch the old shit, dude. I've got it all. I've got, those Mantis. Like,
there's plenty.
There's
plenty of old stuff
going. I got 10 seasons of Smallville, 4 of Lois and Clark. I got several of the animated, and that's not including if you go Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. I got 4 seasons of Superman and Lois. No.
Once you get through all that, you could just start all over. Oh yeah.
Smallville was the only one that broke it, and he wasn't in the suit. Every time you see Superman in the suit, he gets 4 seasons. Man, that's it. Both of those. That's all. I don't know. That's weird.
Some rule, some unwritten rule or something about that. I don't know.
It was like I know it's Reeve and Reeves, but there was the George Reeves and then Christopher Reeve and all that, and the curse of Superman and everything else. Maybe it's this fucking thing, man. And that's why the curse is preventing us from getting a good Superman game, and and all that. But we aren't going to get it on this video. That will actually be the next one when we talk about Superman's checkered past. We'll be releasing after this one, so be on the lookout for that. And the way you can do that is being subscribed to the channel and having that little bell clicked. And if you're going ahead and doing all of that, so he's pre-loading up there. If you're doing all of that so you can get access to those videos, you might as well go ahead and hit the like button. He just showed you where and all of that.
I did. It's right here. Or it might be gone now. I don't know. These things fly on and off the screen.
Well, because the animation I have for it's not that damn long, okay? And you're up there like this for so damn long. I'm like, okay, the animation's gone, and now you just look like a weirdo, right? And if you would like access to exclusive You, Me, and DC content, Well, you don't even have to sign up for Patreon because we give it all to you for free at all times, right? We're just all up in your face with
Yeah, yeah.
content that you don't have to pay
We
for.
love Cherry like that.
Yeah, because we love the Superman. We hope you do too. If you do, let us know down in the comments how you feel about this. Are you really worried that maybe Disney could take over? Are you having faith in the current universe? Where are you at? Let us know what headspace you're in with the current Superman news.
Yeah, and if they do end up promoting Safran up to Warner Brothers Discovery out of the DCU, who would you like to see jump in there with James Gunn to kind of continue this or make it better or worse? Who knows what could happen? But if it's going to be someone you want in there to make it better, who would it be? Let us
Elon
know.
Musk, because again, we're talking business, right?
I
He's a
agree.
great business
I'm
person.
there with you. I'm there with
Because
you.
we don't need creative. Now, granted, he's creative, but on a different level. Like he designed the watchtower, but like I'm not worried about that. Like he'd probably try to build a real one. Like I don't care about that. I need you to let the creative side do the creative things, and let you be the business side, and you deflect all the bullshit, and you get him the budget he needs, right? So
Yeah.
all right, guys, before this goes off the rails, that is going to do it for us on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, we will see you then.
Later.